me.
It has been certainly a hot minute since I came in blurry. My camera is I just got sabotaged by my own camera. I can't believe this. I've got everything set up perfectly and my camera decides, you know what I won't do? I won't focus. It's just not going to work. So here we go. I'll just try and settle this out before things do decide to get worse for me. And there we go, fixed. That was the climax that I didn't want to have to go to before starting this stream. I'm already depressed. Where to are we now? Rip camera, let's go. Yes, exactly that, rip camera. I will say that the camera doesn't seem to be working too well for me, so if things just seem off, or I'm like more of like 2 FPS, you're just gonna have to deal with it because that's all I've got so far. How's everyone doing? Chat was popping as everything started. Should I have music? I feel like I should have music for this part. 'Tis fine, all good. Well, welcome on in, everyone. My name's Ross TSU. I will be your host for this evening as we discuss streaming platforms. So if you guys want to get any of your questions in relating to anything, typically if it's to do with this topic, I'll answer going forward. If it's to do with any other thing, we'll sort of save those questions towards the end of the stream, if it's more of an off-topic kind of question. Thinking of the Doughnut duck I have in a game that I named Streamseed. Doughnut duck. I keep thinking of that Duck Duck Goose game. That's all I keep thinking of. Oh god, everything's going wrong. I have currently got 3 activity feeds on my stream dashboard. I haven't streamed in so long, I have no idea how to do this. But we're discussing streaming platforms. I can't recall what we discussed the previous 2 occasions, but all of these VODs will put themselves available onto YouTube, so if you want to go back and watch these, you're more than welcome to. But I think what we'll do is welcome in our current guests who, if you were to be there the prior 15 minutes before we started all of this, you would have heard a very detailed discussion about Marvel and DC, but we're not here to discuss that today. I don't want any chat questions relating to Marvel and DC. Green Lantern was the best creation that of the superhero universe was ever created. I don't want to hear anything else about it. Mods, prepare to ban if anyone starts speaking up. I won't have it. None of you will disrespect the good name. None of you. Let me see if the gentlemen are ready, because one did leave. I can't believe they're pre-waving. Oh, here they are. This is probably the worst introduction we've ever seen on Streamseed. Yeah, not like this. I didn't want to have to see that before bringing them on board. Jazz all come with jazz hands. But today, discussing stream platforms, we have the Halo 30, Brian Dredd, and Welsh Ginger 3. Gentlemen, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Got a bit of a sore eye.
Sore eye?
I just can't seem to find out which one it is, though.
I just realised what you were wearing, and I just... I can't deal with this. Not this evening. Right, so as you all know, it's going to be a discussion on the stream platforms that are coming out. So most notably, I think, my Twitter is full of it, Kick, as well as then some of the recent changes to TOS, the Twitch. I've duplicated things again. This is not going so well. Twitch have also made plenty of TOS adjustments that people don't like, including the 50-50 payout. I don't know if that just includes the partners or whether it includes everyone that's affiliate as well.
It's just partners.
It's not ideal. I don't currently stream at the moment. If I were to have ever returned, then maybe I'd see the income split as something of a disastrous move by them. But are you all just Twitch streamers, or do you sort of dabble into other platforms as well?
Well,
I have tried YouTube streaming and a bit of TikTok streaming, but mostly it's just Twitch for me.
Did you have to get invited to the TikTok streaming?
No, you can access it through you can download the TikTok Live Studio to use it through there, but you need to be invited to get a stream key so you can use it through OBS.
Right.
Which is what I'm trying to get at the moment.
But you're currently just on Twitch, but you've dabbled in YouTube and TikTok?
Yeah.
Right, okay. What about you, Bri?
So I only do Twitch currently. I am trying to get to like 1,000 on TikTok myself, so I can do it off my phone when I'm out and about. But like, yeah, I've never done YouTube. I've only stuck on Twitch because, in my eyes, favorably, that was the only one that I felt was the best fit for me at the time.
Is that 1,000 followers? Is that the parameter for you to do it on your phone, or is that just in general for you to get the key?
I think that's for me on my phone, because I kind of want to do it more like when I'm in real life, like out and about doing stuff on that side. But yeah, I don't like doing it on my phone on Twitch though. That's the problem. I hate that one. I just rather have it on a different platform completely.
That's fair enough. What about you, Halo?
No, I've not streamed on anything but Twitch. Back when a lot of streamers were thinking about, were considering moving to YouTube, it did cross my mind, but like in the end, it's just another platform to think about. I only see YouTube as pretty much a video watching site rather than an actual streaming site, so I wouldn't want to be doing that. Plus, I don't know. I think Twitch just has the market for streaming, whereas YouTube are kind of trying to break in the best that they can, and it's difficult. It really is. Like getting into a new platform is difficult.
The problem with YouTube streaming as well, although if you wanted to monetize it, you've still got to follow the standard long form content video monetization scheme. So you need your 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a year.
Yeah.
Or like they've added recently is the 10 million shorts views in 90 days, which is just insane.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like the kind of standards that a lot of like platforms these days are looking for is insane, and it's difficult for like new streamers, just starting out streamers, or streamers who are struggling to kind of get on the ladder, so to speak, to get to that.
Let's say You can literally just load up on the Xbox or your PlayStation, load up Twitch, and you just go. That's it's so simple to do it through Twitch compared to any other platform.
But do you think maybe it's Twitch's monopoly of streaming that allows them to be so broad in what they bring to the table? I know people like YouTube, Kick, TikTok will want to try and make a streaming platform for themselves, but the idea that Twitch has done it first lets people safely stay with Twitch because it's familiar. So things, as you said, console streaming directly, that was huge when the games that didn't come to PC immediately weren't available.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. There was something I was going to say, but it completely slipped my mind there. That'll come back to me.
That's fine. I think I'll get a little shout out there for Optics. Thank you for the raid of 7, my guy. Watch there with a shout out. Just because your brother's here. You planned that, didn't you? A saucy little shout out.
It's psychic, see?
But welcome on in. We're discussing, as you can see in the title, streaming platforms. So we'll get into the nitty-gritty of it all now today. Some of you might be expecting some news about certain platforms that have just released, so hopefully there's going to be no tears. But I will say, as a sort of quick disclaimer, none of us are professionals in this field. What we discuss here is open opinions, and it's free for anyone to discuss here whatever we would like to. Again, these will all be uploaded onto VODs onto YouTube, but this is a accepting place for those who want to have an open discussion with whatever it is that's on their mind. So if you do want to participate in future episodes, be sure to hit up the Discord. I'm not too sure if there's an actual command for it, but you could be able to participate in future episodes as these gentlemen have done before. So join on in. But where we were, so it was Twitch Twitch accessibility with them going on to consoles. Have any of you console streamed directly? I've tried it, and I'm not a fan.
No. Pure PC.
Yeah, same here.
Pure PC streaming.
So I have not dabbled on it myself. I've had previous people that I've worked with, like my friend Ty Documented, and like previous people that have done it, and seen how it's done. It's not the best because you don't get the overlays, you don't get anything unless you do add-ins through Twitch, or you actually do the direction into the laptop or PC into that. And yeah, it's just great. You kick into there. It's awesome. The ability to just plug in a webcam into the Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, that's great as well. But again, for me, for when and this is now me looking around, I'm not gonna go into the stream. I'm gonna interact with that person, but if something's not like grabbing me constantly, I'm not gonna look at that straight away at the first glance. It's gonna be, oh, okay, they haven't done a lot to what they've done, and that's the problem with Twitch as well. Like you see that first glance, and if you see something hype that's going on, so say like someone's got a wheel of torture or punishment, as Welsh said in our chat earlier, you got that going on, you're like, I want to click on that. But then if you got, say, someone that's just showing the game and no webcam or VTube or whatever they use, you kind of like go away from that. You're like, oh, I won't go into that because doesn't look interesting, doesn't cool to me.
There's no interaction in that retrospect as well, because one of the things I enjoy, and I know a lot of other people would agree with, is the streamers' interaction with their chat. Like, they can have a good laugh with them. They can say, right, chat, I'm stuck with this. Can you help me out? And of course, people will be flooding saying this. Other people are saying, oh, do this, do that for a little Easter egg or such. It's that kind of interaction that really does make Twitch streaming, in my opinion, better than console streaming, because you don't get that with console streaming. Kind of thing. You really don't. You do not get that same kind of interaction.
But I think Grazer makes a great point there, and I think a lot of people can agree with this. When you're looking to get into streaming, or at least the idea of trying to see if it's good for you, it is a very cheap and easy way to see if this industry is something that you'd want to keep up with. Now, typically, it isn't as easy as just press go live and then expecting fame. Typically, you want to make sure that you're creating content that will go onto other platforms, so you would have something that's not just a console. Did you guys immediately start doing PC into making content, or did you, again, go through the console route, then go up to PC once you figured out that this was something that you wanted to sort of expand into?
No, I've always been a PC gamer, so it just stayed with me.
Yeah, I've always been PC gamer, PC streamer as well, because it feels so much easier when it comes down to like actually highlighting, clipping, and getting everything. It's so much easier to do it on PC, because there's so much more varied things that you can use. Whereas if you're using it on a console, you're very limited to pretty much the Twitch app, and
Yeah.
using that, it's very difficult when you can just download the VOD, throw it into Premiere Pro, Vegas, whatever, and off you go. My partner, she edits her own streams and everything, and she finds it so easy just using it with Premiere Pro or Vegas, and she comes out with some great stuff. Whereas if like I tried it last week to try and get a highlight section of my one of my latest streams, and I just found it so difficult just to cut out half of it, just to kind of say, right, this is the point, everything after that, get rid of it, I don't even want it. It was difficult just to kind of highlight and delete something you could do on a computer.
Yeah.
It's true. Literally, it's true. And like, even if you're like watching someone stream and you do the clipping through there, even on the app through Twitch, it's not the greatest. The amount of times it's buffering for me just to get this one section of someone saying something inappropriate. I spend like 5 minutes and I'm missing half the stream that's going on, so I've missed that interaction there.
Yeah. Do you because typically when I was doing most of my streaming, do you guys have mods that help you with doing these clip sections? Or at least I have the one mod who, while I'm streaming, will say this particular time slot, when you download the VOD, edit at this stage, and then you'll see where I believe the clip was. Do you do your own content on your own, or do you have someone that might maybe help you with that content creation? Also help with editing, maybe help as but maybe help as in assisting you with timing. They don't directly help with editing.
Yeah, my mods usually just get the kind of clips that make them laugh and think they are the kind of moments that made this stream good, kind of thing. So like I give my hat tips off to them because they see the things that I don't, and they get the better side of me when I watch my VODs. I look at it and I think, what the fuck is he saying?
Normally it's me falling for a D's nuts from Optics or something like that.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it all depends. Like my mods, they'll pick parts they've made funny, or they'll plan something with their chaos selves, shall we say, at that point, to plan something to cause chaos on my stream, and to make that clip. They'll do that, but they won't come out. They won't actively come and do the editing of the clips and that because half the time they're on their mobiles, or two, they're literally just doing ! click using like Mix It Up or whatever software you use to do the clipping.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we sort of bring it back on the platforming section, then when you mentioned there was that you've dabbled into YouTube, have you considered permanently multi-streaming or even moving to YouTube? What would stop you not having that comfort break that would allow you to move from Twitch?
No, I wouldn't move from Twitch unless something drastic happened. Just because I'm established. Well, I say established, but always an established Twitch streamer.
Fair.
But yeah, I'm there. I've built a base there, whereas on YouTube I'm a lot smaller. If I could multi-stream without obviously the affiliate agreement being broken, yeah, I consider it. But I have normally I'll just sort of stream on one day on Twitch, stream on YouTube the other. It's easy enough, just switch between the two on OBS.
What about you, Halo and Brian? What would bring you guys away from your comforts with Twitch? Now, it could be... I'll give it as an example for you as well, Welsh. If you were to pick the one thing, so Twitch is established as itself and you're comfortable with your base, what would be that one thing that would allow you to go to this imaginary streaming service, that one idea that would make you think about your stance with Twitch? You could choose to multi-stream, or you could choose to go there as a sole content creator for that one space. Is there any one particular thing that strikes you to want to move, or at least keeping you staying with Twitch?
An improvement in discoverability.
Brian?
Yeah?
I'll let you say this one.
I don't know, like, so I haven't really looked into YouTube itself, but like any platform in the sense, as long as it's got the ability to have my stupid sound alerts, show in the chat that's going on and make sure it's popping, that's the main thing. And of course, discoverability. Like, let's go with the difference of discoverability right now. I'll go, so say someone streams next tomorrow, the discoverability on Twitch is very, very low unless you're recommended. Same with YouTube. You've got no discoverability unless you've got those steps kicking in, those check marks that is going on. So, but then how do you show discoverability? What is your definition of discoverability? How can you show that? Is it using hashtags? Is it using the right sentences, the right words? What would get that going?
So discoverability is the key then for all of you.
Yeah.
Not money. No, would money be the deciding factor? Even if the split was even more generous than 95-5, as Kicker's doing right now?
So I'm going to say this for me. I started streaming not for money. I started it to make friends. So for me, money's like low at the bottom. I've got an okay job. It pays what I need. I do Twitch on the side as fun to bring entertainment.
Yeah.
Money's never been that thing that comes. That's a nice bonus completely.
I agree entirely.
Yeah.
I agree. Like going back to like what would convince someone to change to a new platform. Brian had it right in the head. Discoverability. I mean, essentially, the people who are big on the likes of Twitch and the likes of YouTube, Trovo, whatever, are the people who got in there first and then were recommended because there wasn't that many going on. The same can be said for YouTube. I mean, a lot of people who made it big, people who went viral, are the ones that you see continually coming up in recommendations rather than the smaller person. I mean, my YouTube channel is sitting on about 15 people, and you know, I'm getting no discoverability in that. I know I'm not. Same with Twitch. I've been sitting just over 150 for about 6 or 7 months, but I didn't get into this. I didn't get into the streaming for money, for making it bigger or anything. I just enjoyed playing video games. I just wanted to stream it. So if there's anything that would convince me to change over, it would definitely be the discoverability and the different opportunities, because you don't see like many developers or big time developer companies saying, who's on YouTube playing our game right now? Oh look, there's the Halo. Let's send him an email, let's send him a message, ask him if he wants to create content. They don't do that. They really don't, because they look for the bigger people because they know that they can get their name out there. They don't give the smaller people a chance. They don't give the new starts a chance, which comes down again to discoverability.
It's true. Let's say, using that example right there, Twitch, on the other hand, I played a game at Christmas called Scarf, and I had one of the art developers come in and chat to me for about half an hour. You don't get that anywhere else.
You don't.
No.
No, you don't, because they're looking at Twitch. They're not looking at YouTube. They're looking at Twitch. They're looking at that main platform, the one, in effect, the monopoly one, that knows, oh yeah, if people are playing the game, they're going to go on there. They're going to stream it on there. Then they'll do their YouTube video, which is great. They'll do their message on it. They'll go there for the live action, for the live chat, and they can use that for their content.
Hey, Cars have all hit the nail on the head right there with that message. It doesn't help that Twitch's recommended tab is often made up of people that you already follow.
Yeah.
We already follow them. We know, we can see them at the side, in the sidebar. Who's new? What's happening? Who's playing something new? Who's playing a game that I completely forgot about for years that's just suddenly popped up? Who? We don't get that. You
On
don't
the
get
sorry. On
No.
the other, so it's just going to say, on the other end of the spectrum, you've got platforms like TikTok where discoverability is relatively easy, but it's being able to stream to that platform is the difficult side, because I know you need to, like, say for example, you want to use OBS to stream so you can make your stream look good. You need to have the stream key, which you need to be able to get hold of, which seems to be quite a vague thing at the moment. But to get that, you need to be working on showing your stream to other agencies and things like that. And that's a nightmare to get hold of it.
I will
But,
say, playing devil's advocate there then. So if I were to be on Twitch's shoulder, and as we all know, my stance on streaming is, this is an incredibly difficult space if you want to make it. Everyone's form of big is different and compares to what it is that you want to achieve. Typically, more often than not, it's money. With how saturated, and it's not picking a particular game, with how saturated streaming is, because of how easy it is to go live from, as already mentioned, various platforms, from even going from your tablet, consoles, and PCs. How would you believe would be one way that Twitch could mark up the discoverability to be better? Just one simple way. I know that probably sounds a non-simple way. If there were to be one point where you could say, if this implemented today would increase discoverability, and it can't just be, if we're below X amount of viewers, just put me on the front page. I believe as Grays has sort of noticed there, Twitter's issues, they're also backed by a professional company. So with Amazon own Twitch, so they're going to want to create, they're going to want to keep creating streams of revenue streams. So everyone on Twitter is telling me that Twitch is losing money. None of this backed by fact. I've seen no statistics to prove that. They might be hemorrhaging money, who knows. But they, as a business, and I think rightfully so, they should be making money. So this 50-50 split, they should line their own pockets to keep their services running. How do we get discoverability for, I know you can't say it, smaller streamers to be up and coming and to come up? How would we solve that in one change? Go on, Halo. You seem to be itching. Let's do it.
Back hosting.
Oh yeah, I forgot they removed hosting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one like see the second that they removed it. See the second that they removed it. Discoverability of all the people that did host others and were hosted by others went down. Again, Cars have all hits the nail on the head. She should be here. She should actually be here. So Kaz, come and jump on the stage for me. But she's right, because you would, like, I don't know about you, but see when I type into Twitch, I'll type Twitch, and then it will come up with the most recommended that I have actually watched, which would be Cars because she's my partner. I'm always on her streams, and you know. But as soon as I jump there, I'm seeing who she's hosting, and I'll click and open them. And I watch them. So that's just one that's just one person that's clicked on one person's stream who they were going to watch while they're offline and been rerouted to somebody else. Think about how many people would actually do that back when hosting was a thing. It made discoverability so big, and the fact of something that they could do aside from bringing back hosting is analyzing people's searches. So like, what genres are they looking at? What type of streams are they looking at? Okay, you like crafting streams. Here's a list of all the crafting streams that we have. Some that are big. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. If you like knitting, there you go. If you like origami, if you like Lego, here you go. Kind of breaking it down to make it a map where people who say, you know what, I fancy a chill night in front of the computer, I'm going to put on someone's stream. Who's the right chill stream? I'll put on some crafting, have it in the background.
Yeah.
There you go. What would you like to watch? Knitting, this. All the kind of subcategories. You can think, okay, maybe I'll put a wee bit of relaxing music on, and then it will take me to the people who are doing that, and it will list them off.
So they kind of do that, but not for like in that sense of viewership. They do it for, oh, what will get you more views in the creators dashboard? They recommend games that you should be playing. So it's exactly what you're saying, but the other way around. But for that way, instead of the way they're doing it, to try and get your viewership up, to get your, in effect, monetization, to get them more money, it should be the opposite way around.
And in the end, they still want people to be going to their partner streamers, because if they go to the partner streamers, you think, okay, this is great, this is entertaining, sub, bits, right? Bits, I know bits go straight to the streamer, sub, there you go, they've just made X amount from one person coming on because they've recommended the bigger people rather than the smaller people.
And that's true. You can also do in effect, you have people you recommend on your channel. Well, stream teams, they can add their team. They can show their team instead, and they'll be the ones that are hosting. That, of course, that goes more to the partner streamer. Of course, if that's the one that's the top one, that will go as the top one. But if it works backwards in that way, say go for the lower ones in that team, it will slowly get that recommendation up. I'm not saying teams are the best scenario on that one, but it can help.
You say about sending them to the bigger streamers, though.
Yeah.
To get you essentially gatekeeping it to them. The more people that chuck money at them, the more money they get. But if they help the little streamers grow bigger, they have more big streamers, so they essentially make more money overall.
Yeah. But they won't do that.
No.
Think about that, because they're focusing on their partners, the people that they know are bringing in money. That's where they invest.
But if they can get more people to be bringing in the money, everyone benefits.
Again, I still say, being the devil's advocate, Twitch should, I believe, show a bit more of a favorability to those that are bringing in money. Effectively, without these larger creators, this platform doesn't exist to the extent that you guys get to have that free option to stream. Similar to what when Oops is mentioning there, hosting is the streaming version of word of mouth. So I know that you could, in the middle of a stream, /host while someone was live, and then your current viewership, even after raiding, would still continue to watch if they happen to be lurking. I'm not too sure if Twitch did mention anything to why they were closing the hosting service, but then what mentioned God, that's a tongue twister for me. T Queen Roz, not understanding the difference between hosting and suggested streamers. Now, as I'm looking at that now, I don't see the very difference of it. Our Streamseed suggested are our partnered creators for when they go live, and typically no one is going to an offline stream to see who is currently suggested, because you want to see who's actively hosting. But hosting didn't hurt. Hosting was I enjoyed Welsh's content. Who would Welsh recommend after he's finished streaming as a /host potential? Similar to, as you mentioned, Halo, going into those categories to allow me to follow those trends of who's building Lego, who's knitting currently. I don't know why they would have removed that function.
Because they couldn't monetize it. They couldn't make any money off it. It was essentially a free service that they were running that they couldn't make any money from. They thought, okay, why are we running this? We can't make any money from it. Besides, if you go to somebody's, like nowadays, if I say I went to Welsh's, okay, I'm not going to scroll down to see what's there. I'll jump on. Oh, it's not online. I'll go somewhere else. I'm not going to scroll down to see who he recommends. It's not the fact that I'm not interested. It's just not the done thing. You don't want to waste your time to scroll down when you could just lean over and go to the tabs that you follow.
It's
a shame. It's a sin.
It is a shame. It's like going to a storefront and seeing that bacon sandwich in the window. Oh, that's the main thing you're going to look at. You're not going to look at the back of the mince pies that are sitting there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I love the analogy that you made of old mince pies being streamers who aren't the streamers that you're looking for. So for those that Brian looks at, I want you to look closely. You are the mince pie. If you're not the first, you're the mince pie. We'll stick that there. But we've so we mentioned the issue of discoverability. So when we talk about these new platforms coming up, and one that's just been sort of floating around, which I didn't know existed, and when I was speaking to they mentioned that they were a developer. There's no hold to that. They didn't mention it in their title. There's a platform called Flow Streaming. Never heard of it. Thought I'd dabble my toe. It's only open to a select few people who will be given a key to go live on their platform. Now, to me, if you've got no forward marketing that allows you to positively impact your new streaming service, your zero community of streaming allows you to have 0 views within your streaming community. You can create the best website, but if you have nothing behind it, again, being big signings like big streamers that are allowing on your platform, you've created a dead platform with dead viewership, and it isn't going to really last long. So then bringing up the situation with Kick. YouTube only existed as a streaming platform because it already had its base as a website. It was already doing its functionality great by being a video sourced service, as Halo already mentioned. I don't view people on YouTube to watch a stream. I go onto Twitch for that. With Kick being as popular as it has been now, there has been a few controversies with how people have been laying out I've been having thousands of subs. The 95-5 split is making me money that I couldn't dream of getting on Twitch. Why do you believe, if you had to give 1 point, that Kick has been extremely successful in the eyes of public opinion so far, but those who stream don't necessarily see it as a positive to move to?
Well, the only positive that we can think about is, again, that 95-5 split.
Yeah.
But that's not going to last forever, because
No.
you can't run a company on only taking 5 pence to the pound when it comes to your services, because eventually you're going to get bigger, so you're going to have to hire more people. You're going to have to hire more people to do more development work to grow and increase, which is going to cost even more money. And at that point, you're going to have to say, sorry guys, we're getting a bit bigger, we need a wee bit more money. At that point, it becomes 90-10, keeps getting bigger, maybe overtakes Twitch. 30-70, and then we're back to the same thing, and the circle continues, and then there'll be a new kick down the road in about 5 to 10 years. Easy, hands down. But the thing that Twitch really has is Twitch has essentially cornered the market as far as esports events go.
Yeah.
If you think of one of the biggest charity events of the year is GDQ, the game's done quick. Easy. Twitch got in there, they hosted it, they run the charity, they get the sub money, etc., etc. Same with the Race to World First in World of Warcraft. But that's another thing because it goes to different esports teams. So they're getting their share, but Twitch is also getting the money as well. With that, I'm not too sure what other esports competitions go on because those are the only two. Well, that's the only one that I'm actually interested in. But I know that YouTube has got the rights to the Mythic Dungeon International, which they stream whenever they get. And it's a lot different because you'll have hundreds of thousands of viewers watching that, whereas you'll have tens of thousands viewing not only Echo, the World of Warcraft #1 guild in Europe, but you also have thousands viewing Gingy, viewing Scribe, viewing all the main people in that team that everybody loves to watch. And that's where Twitch has really cornered the market on it, because they've got people watching 3 to 4 different people doing the same thing. 3 to 4 people subscribe to the exact same thing that's going on, but just from different perspective, from the perspective of these people or the entire team itself. And the same thing will potentially happen to Kick down the road, where okay, we're doing our first event, we are getting to host, say, the League of Legends event. Everyone will flock to that. Eventually it'll get bigger, we need to take more money for a bigger cut, etc. The circle continues, and this will go on and on and on and on forever. It really will, because there's no way to kind of break that cycle unless you can guarantee that you will not change the payout cut.
Yeah, pretty much there, definitely.
What are your views, Brian, in Welsh? I know Halo steamrolled that answer there, but any extra input there?
Somebody else talk. I'm going to mute. I'll say yeah.
Go have a bacon sandwich. Go have a bacon sandwich.
I'll say you make the place look good.
There is one thing that people would draw people to Kick as well, for people not fully in the know. The partnership and affiliate requirements are lower than Twitch. I think for affiliate, I think you need 5 hours of streaming and 75 followers on Kick, compared to our 3 average, which people always find difficult on Twitch, getting that 3 average. And the partnership requirements is 15 hours in the past 30 days, 7 unique days in 30, and a CCV of 50.
But you see, where that's still going to be the same kind of difficulties as somebody that starts up on Twitch or on YouTube. It all comes down to the discoverability. How would Kick help people do that? How would Kick say, right, this person's new, we're going to put them up in our recommended page for, say, a genre for a couple of days? Would they do that?
Well, Chili in the comments just said they average 3 or 4 viewers on Twitch normally. One stream on Kick, and I peaked at 45 views.
Yeah, I mean, looking in this Twitter sphere that I'm a part of, when I'm watching these content creators fall apart over relationships that they deemed they didn't have, the one thing that I seem to mention or seem to see is a lot of things about Kick. Again, all substantiated. I don't know if any of it's true. A lot of the bigger creators that are going over, I won't name the ones that are going over, are getting a lot of sub dumps that allow them to stay there for monetary reasons. But the main benefactor to those is Trainwrecks, who is the founder. I don't know if he's the executive owner, but he is one of the Kick startup members. So when you've got a gentleman who's not only got a large stake of income from the very people who are financially keeping Kick stable, he's then also giving that fake, how would I word it? That assessment to these people that they're making it through subscriptions by giving them money that he will never see leave his bank, or for all we even know, doesn't even exist. They might just be subs that primarily are being paid to him through an admin panel. There might not even be real money we don't know. But that's the primary thing I see. And Cars mentioned it. Sorry, Optics mentioned it. Cars then following it up. Then the lack of terms of service. Now, those on there that are 18 plus, even though the website does state that it's a 12 plus platform, I would say are above that 18 marker. That are looking to stream to get that bit of fame and a bit of fortune immediately. How badly do you believe that the terms of service on Kick is going to hinder it in the long run?
Well,
Hugely. Sorry, you go.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm going on there now. The terms of service currently, I don't think there's anything there. You go on there and it's inappropriate as hell. Like literally, I went on to before the stream just to check one out. Went into one that was a 9,000 viewers, and they're from the adult industry, and they're like, yeah, it's not right. It isn't right. Like, and it's for a 12 plus as well. Come on, they're not.
Yeah.
If they do have a terms of services, they're being ignored. They're not there. They do not care. They're just trying to bring people in to make sure it starts off right.
But these all follow in the same format as Optics said. Not Optics, sorry, Oops had mentioned there. With Kick being as small as it is, those who jump on board now will get that inflated viewership because the amount of viewers that they are bringing in only get a select few people that they get to watch. But this also forms, whether you guys remember Hover? Remember that being a thing? Remember that being the Instagram of gaming?
Yeah.
Halo? Calm.
Carseville, the Queen of Hover. That's what we used to call Carseville when Hover was a thing. We called her the Queen of Hover because she was always on it. She was always posting.
But
It was great.
hovering through was a great idea.
Yeah.
The problem is when you've got a platform that's for gamers by gamers, and then the very people who you expected to be viewing on Hover are then content creators who typically don't spend their time watching other content creators. You don't get that organic view. And then those who really started on Hover immediately were top 5 and they never moved. Those leaderboards did not move whatsoever. And then was it Gravity? That was the scoring system?
Yeah.
Those gravity never shifted. That gravity was as still as can be. If that planet stopped moving, everyone on Hover died. And then guess what? It did.
It died. It mainly died because the guy who invented it left it, and then that was it. There was no one. There was no one there to really truly promote it. I mean, Carseville made it into the top 100.
Yeah,
in Hover. And she was constantly keeping an eye. She was looking at what she could do differently to move up, and she had that goal. She did it, and it was doable. It was possible, and her discoverability went up with Hover. It was a great idea because it was a free service. It was easily for discoverability because you could select what games you like, you could select what genre you liked, and it would feed you the clip and the moments that you enjoyed. Because I can guarantee you there was about 2 or 3 times when I was on Hover and it had a couple of recommendations. I thought, what game's that? That's really good. I'll stream that. That looks like it's really enjoyable. And you know what? I enjoyed it. Outside of streaming, in streaming, in the end, this kind of this platform showed a lot of great games that other people might not have noticed or might not have even thought to have streamed. And it's a real shame.
I think if Twitch implemented their own version of Hover, I think that would be a big boost to discoverability on the platform.
Would it though? Would it though? Would
Yeah.
they be just posting the top ones, the partners? Would they be doing that more than anything?
Yeah.
Or the ones that the partners are helping the most in a sense, and the ones that are like teetering there.
Sorry.
It's a hard bit. Yeah, you can say these great ideas, and like you said, Hover was a great idea. I love the idea. Never got it quick enough. But again, it all comes down to if Twitch was to do it, are they going to look at us? I'm sad. It sounds like us versus them. It's not meant to be that. Are they going to look at the guys that are making and girls making the money, or are they going to be looking at the people that are not?
Hands down, because they want more people going to them so they can make more money. They're essentially, if somebody does go viral, if on Twitch suddenly, say tomorrow night I'm raided by Insum, one of the biggest horror streamers on Twitch, they'll look at it and go, oh, he got raided by Insum. After that, my numbers go down. Like my numbers go down back to where they were. But if that constantly stayed, maybe it would notice them, and maybe it would help my discoverability. But a system like that, where if Twitch implemented their own kind of Hover, would favor the people with more views.
But say Oops has just hit the nail on the head there. It's who you know. If you know, if you're in the right pocket with the right person, that helps you completely.
Yes.
You make those friendships for life. That's it.
But
You're
do you also
golden.
maybe think that those communities are also damaging? So when back in the I want to say at the latest part of last year, when the pitchforks were out for those who were doing these follow for follows, like all of these communities were being so tested about, you should come and join us. We'll effectively help you get to your affiliate status, and then what we'll do then, we'll put out a call to arms when you go live, and then you drop your link, and then all of our people will start follow you. So again, it's not truly organic views. You get the numbers, and then the numbers bring you up to that point. You get that feeling of accomplishment, and then you're back down to two average viewers a time. So I believe it is not what you know, because I know some fantastic creators who should be getting more recognition than they deserve. It is who you know. So again, when you enter that pocket of that great community that are collectively making content together, that are showing a lot more sustainable content, and they're being consecutive with what they upload, their names are going to be more highlighted. They might not be front page news, but as long as their content's going out there, they're going to be seen at some point.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right in the head with that. And you know, there's a lot of communities out there, but then again, there is that kind of toxicity behind it, where the people who are running it are getting in loads and loads of people, and you know, posting their links, and people are going to flock to them rather than going to the promote yourselves channel. I mean, I don't know about anybody here, but in a lot of the Discord servers I'm in, they're muted. Because it's constant beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
And you know, it gets really, really irritating. Like, only if it's in a server where I feel comfortable getting those notifications will I turn them on. But the whole follow for follow can't work. It doesn't. It's not viable. It does not work. Like Oops said, it's who you know. It's easily who you know, and not where you are.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Grazer mentioning it there with how much of who you know is built up by effective networking. So I think this is the healthy disconnect that's not healthy, the very unhealthy disconnect, that when people start making content, they believe if they just put their name in with as many people as they can and they start making content, they believe that's going to be a positive way to get their name out. I don't think a lot of people, I would say a good 90% of people who create content know effective marketing to then network themselves in the correct groups of the games that they play, of the same content style that they'll enjoy doing. And more often than not, most of the drama that I see on Twitter is those who want to be engaged fully within a group of people and then usually skyrocket the others and then leave them as they are. I think the Minecraft community was the biggest one hit by this when who was making the blinking heck, who's making this shit? The Vanos Gaming? My little brother loves watching Vanos Gaming, but he would always tell me the same thing. The main Vanos leader would be the one who would be 100% the one making all of this content, and then the rest of the guys would join him on these videos. Someone would then get that little dabble of fame where they'll survive on their own, and then they'll leave that group of people because they've made it now. So it's finding the right way to market yourselves and networking with the correct crowd. Do you guys have the people that you usually play with that benefit the way that you play games and the way that you network?
So networking, like for me, I end up like talking to certain discords, or going to events like GSCon, like Insomnia, and that networking and mingling there. For like the growth in that, it does work. You're mingling with the right circles.
Yeah.
But you don't expect them to stay around all the time, and if you don't have that interaction going on constantly, in my eyes. Let's go with the example for me. I'm sorry, I'm going to use me in this one. Compared to what I was last year to now, because I'm not in the right circles and other stuff has happened, viewership's gone down for me compared to what it was last year.
Yeah.
And that's because I'm not mingling enough in those circles, because, let's face it, in real life stuff gets involved and it affects you completely. And me being in the industry that I don't fully understand marketing and how to make the right clips and that, I'm a novice when it comes to video editing and putting in the right stuff. I get more likes on TikTok about Bluey stuff compared to what I do with my gaming stuff, which is a Bluey's kids TV show compared to that. So it's just like, yeah.
I think you're quite right with that. with that retrospect because like over the past 2 to 3 years, what has happened? Think about what's happened in the world. What's the big thing that's happened in the world? COVID. Everyone, pretty much, so many countries were locked down. People are inside, either working from home. Maybe some were put on furlough. So they start streaming, and they start making it big. They're getting 100, 200 viewers a session. And over the past year, everything is just completely opening back up. The pandemic's on its way out. People are on their way out of the house. They don't have time. Like, as a teacher, I don't have the time during the day to say jump into someone from, I don't know, Greece, who's a couple hours ahead of me, or someone in America who I enjoy watching, but I can't make it in because I'm working, so I can't make that full network. It's essentially just a, hey, how you doing? I'm at work, but I've got you tabbed up. It's not in the end, it's not networking in a sense. It's just getting a streamer up, it's giving them a viewer, and then maybe they'll return the same favor later on when you're streaming. It can happen, and life gets in the way. Life does get in the way.
We clearly need more pandemics.
Whoa!
I'm not with this one. I'm not with him.
Just need the government to just pay us the right amount, and we're fine. That's it, done. We don't have to work.
I think we're getting into a bit of a controversial statement now. I think we've gone back to that old DC Marvel topic before the stream started.
Don't start it.
I'm not going through all that again. I refuse to. As I said, Green Lanterns are the best superhero they've created.
Shut up. We've had some good comments in chat.
Yeah, just reading through some of them now. 100% it is a business and will grow in the same way, give and take and maintaining relationships. I believe it is very important that, again, a lot of people that I see on Twitter do forget that the username that they create, the very usernames that we've got titled on all of our borders today, this is a business that we intend to run. Now, my real name is Ross, and sticking Ross TSU was just a very boring way of me not being creative enough to make my own username. But if you look through my Twitter, I either say the dumbest shit for the funniest way, or I say nothing. I include nothing else. But I believe a lot of driving factors that see a lot of people's names tarnished is the amount of drama or the amount of just egg that you see people shouldn't be getting involved to on Twitter. We're all adults, effectively. We're all adults. And some of the things that you see on social media really do a lot of damning. They do a lot of damage, really damage to people wanting to grow in this industry. How do you guys make sure that you keep your names effectively clean, or at least seen in a positive light?
Can I use a teaching aspect in here, in the sense of your teacher told you to stay away from that person if you didn't like that person? Don't get involved. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Don't get involved in the nicest way possible.
Mm-hmm. Don't buy into the drama. Don't throw your name in the mud with everybody else.
Yeah.
You might have your own opinions on it, but at the same time, if your opinion could cause more drama or impact your image, because again, if you're going it as in a business point of view, you don't see Microsoft slandering Apple off, do you? You don't see that. You get so much kickback from it. Something would happen. You say that in the same style. You don't put your name in something that will cause drama back onto you. Simple.
Oh, and social media is probably one of the most damaging things that's come to the internet.
Yeah.
Hands down, not just for streamers, but for just for anybody. I mean, these days, businesses, employers, employees, they know your social media. They find your social media because they want to know who you really are outside the office. And see if you're going on spouting about a video game, or this is horrendous, or Twitch is changing their monetization, this blah blah blah, F this, laugh that. You're going to get the kickback from it in real life, let alone from when you're streaming. You say one small thing that's controversial on Twitter, game over. Game over, hands down.
I just ignore the drama and eat my Pringles. I think, Mrs. Quack, that is the first answer through what I've just said that relates to me in such a way that my blood vessels are now thinking I just want some sour cream and onion. So that's what I'm going to do when the stream ends. I'm going to get some sour cream and onion. It is the best. My partner believes that prawn cocktail and salt and vinegar are the best combined flavours in the world. And I couldn't tell how wrong she was. I might as well just be single. She is watching, by the way, so she'll know.
Salt and vinegar and chocolate is just an absolute dream come true.
Are you kid? You should go to Kick. Never come back.
Yeah.
Kick this. Don't post that on social media, my image will be damaged.
Clip it, chat. Clip it. Yeah. What WTF is wrong with you, Halo? No. Panda, I'm there, mate. I'm there.
Optics has got it right. The spicy sour cream and chive one, the sour cream and onion, the sour cream and chili, the multigrain one, those are nice.
I don't like
Just
spice.
exactly like sour cream, but with a bit of flavour.
Quack, I come from a country where we, from the small intestines of a sheep, we worship an orange can called an iron brew. We wear skirts and we play very, very loud pipes. So there's
And wild mythical beings.
God, you Scots are a strange people, aren't you? It's great that we only have one Scottish fan, so... They're not going to come back and pile us, that's fine. Right, so if we just... we'll loop it all back round.
Well,
I don't include Klepto because he hasn't got a big enough horn.
that's very true.
Yeah, I'm saving your dignity there. Quavers are the work of the devil. And Quavers are the work of the devil unless you're under the age of 5.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
There are some really strange individuals. Sammy, that's true.
Sorry, I will return in 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, you man. Right, so if we continue then with everything that's come up now with regards to Kick. Now, I personally believe that the only reason that Kick has sort of come up with a bit more fruit is because of the people that they have behind it. Now, a recent tweet that went maybe an hour active before we went live shown that there was going to be 6 signings that's going to be on the Kick platform that's going to elevate it to a point where it's going to beat Twitch. That was from Trainwrecks. Do you believe that there's any 6 people that create content on this earth that will allow them to be in the space where Twitch would be overshadowed? Popularity-wise, I would say. I couldn't think of it either.
No.
I mean, if it's a 12 plus, you want Ninja surely over there for Fortnite content.
But I mean, even he's falling off statistically, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that you if it's a 12 plus scenario and you got to think of the audience that's going to be coming. Mm-hmm. You got to think of the future always. You want to target the audience that are the new generation, I would say. So anyone that go on.
Sorry. With their obsession for adult content, would it be more like Amaranth going over there?
True.
If you were to think there are 6, he believed there's 6 creators. Can you name just a few? If you were to think Amaranth, which, to be fair, I probably don't think is a bad shout if someone was to go over to Kick. So to catch you up, Halo, there's 6 creators that Trainwrecks has teased that will be signed to Kick as creators for the platform. Do you believe this will make any impact on Twitch's popularity rating? Do you think that will drive people away to watch stuff on Kick? And if you had to think of 6 people, who do you believe that these 6 people could be?
It really, really depends on who it is. Like, it really does. If you've got the likes, you'll have to get people from different streaming medias, so to speak. So you'll have to get someone from action, someone from first-person shooters, someone from horror, someone from a creative perspective. Essentially, you will want the biggest ones, and these opportunities are given to the bigger people in an attempt to bring people in, as you said. And it could work. It could really work, but you would have to be very, very careful and very strategical about who you get. So if I was to pick some of the top streamers that would go over to Kick, immediately it would have to be Point Crow for your Nintendo role-playing games, potentially Small Ant for the exact same reason, Insim or Psychohypnotic for the horror stuff, 8-Bit Drummer for music. That's probably about the ones that I would go. Plus you would want someone who who knows events, so to speak. So you're looking for speedrunners. You're looking for competitive gamers, competitive esports players that do it professionally. So you're talking like some of the bigger games: World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Apex Legends, Call of Duty. Well, those are the ones that if it was me, that's who I would pick, because those are the ones that I know are the biggest. I think you need to think bigger than that. I do need to think bigger than that, but those are the bigger ones. Those are the biggest ones that I can think of. And that's just me. I'm not knowledge in that kind of thing. I don't do my research on who's the biggest and all that. But those are the ones that I would pick if it was, if it was random.
I think you've nailed it on the idea of picking particular genres to bring over, to not so much just have IRL dumps of large people who just create content online and make an ass of themselves. So chat mentioning there Crow. I think Crow might be a good shout. I mean, I think he already made the jump to Kick. I think he at least tried. I've seen that on Twitter. XQC and Train being good friends, could also see that as huge for them. I mean, XQC averages, what, 60,000 people? Minimum? It's a minimum amount. Dr. Disrespect has no love for Twitch. I don't think he's YouTube exclusive, but he does stream on YouTube. I could be getting that wrong. And then Kai Senat, again, another IRL. Is he exclusive to YouTube?
I think he might be.
I will check.
I'm not sure.
I will check because I don't want myself to look like an arse in a clip. And then Kai Senat, who is a big IRL influencer, I think just beat Ludwig for the most subs of any given time.
But also, we're saying all these big names, and they say do go to Kick, but then it goes to a flop. They're taking a big risk themselves, doing it completely.
But you'd think that this is where the big money comes out, you know? This is where the draws of a real contract puts Kick's money literally where its mouth is. You come join us, you bring your collective viewership of, let's say, 500,000 people. If, you know, the ones I named would go over, that's a good viewer base to begin with as a starting streaming service.
If they don't have the money that where its mouth is, they're not going to bring them over. Or they can keep them on for so long.
But that's the gamble that they're willing to take, because they feel as though bringing in the people with the most viewers and bringing those viewers in will make them the money. But then again, it comes down to thinking 5 pence to the pound. Is bringing in the huge streamers and the people who do bring in the most money really, really going to pay off when they're making 5 pence for every pound that is made? Will it pay off? And as Karzaval said earlier on, they're back in gambling. So what's stopping them from saying, okay, we'll be taking 5 pence for every pound for all the gambles?
Yeah,
Nothing. So, and it's, I think they're really trying to play very strategically and very close to the chest on this one, because again, it all comes down to money. How are we going to make money to A, keep going, to B, turn a profit, and C, bring in even bigger people to grow?
Yeah, I think Grazer mentioning there, DLive thought all the same things when they signed PewDiePie. To say that went wrong is an understatement. No, totally agree. Why are people like Amaranth and XQC going over to Kick when they already make a fortune on Twitch? You got to think, when you have enough money to not care about the money that you make, and you go from whatever deal that you're making on Twitch, I don't believe on earth that their contract is better than a 95-5 average split that Kick give you off the bat. For all we know, if XQC went over, they might even say, hey, as long as you bring the audience in, we'll make it 99-1. They'll definitely make a more lucrative deal for them to leave Twitch's side.
But going back to like the actual content that's on, it's not stuff that's like safe for work.
No, God no.
And in all honesty, taking Amaranth as an example, do you really think that she's making her money from Twitch or streaming?
Oh no.
Oh no, it's third party.
We know where she's making that money. Then for her, that's just an opportunity for her to make 95 pence per pound for everything, as well as promote her other stuff.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. So the streamers are essentially in a win-win situation where they get promoted on a brand new platform. They still get to continue keeping all of their viewers, maybe making more, as well as continuing to promote their other stuff. Because I don't think at the moment Kick have any sort of issues with you promoting a YouTube channel, promoting an OnlyFans, promoting your Twitter, promoting an Instagram. There's none of that at the moment because they're still in the kind of development ages of what should we be doing. This is what we're allowing, but what should we be doing?
It's the same for like. So I follow a band called Trivium, and their lead singer Matt Heafy streams. He's got his band makes most of the money. Of course, he streams, but he streams his music. He's partnered with Streamlabs, and he's helped them promote the new music side of it as well. So he's got that on the side, but he doesn't make his money there.
Yeah,
he makes his money there. So theoretically, if he was wanting to move over to Kick, it's not a big thing for him because all his money's everywhere else. Like me, if I was to move over to Kick, I wouldn't care because I have my own job.
yeah.
But I suppose this is where the preference of why you're doing this content creation journey sort of comes into play. Similarly to you, Bri, I work a job which I'm paid very, very handsomely for. I enjoyed streaming for the aspect of, if it was a bit of extra money on the side, bonus. And I loved just being a shitter on the internet. Nothing gave me more joy than putting out something garbage and seeing my name Ross TSU on it, and then someone going, wow, this is great. That's all the love I wanted. That's all the love I could have ever wished for. But again, the money side of it was also nice to see. Chili mentioning in chat there, are any of you for on Kick, just to see what it's like? I'll double up on that question. Have any of you made an account just for the sake of saving your name? Because I see a lot of people doing that. And would any of you consider trying Kick in the near future, just to give it a go?
No.
So
I have my account.
I claimed my name so no one else would take it, but I will not stream on it. I just again goes back to that. If someone else is using your name and they start
Putting up
saying rubbish, making call, you take it. You've got to take it anytime that happens. Sadly.
So Halo, that's a firm no. Welsh and Brian, you guys have just claimed the name, but won't be looking to stream on the platform at all.
I'm not gonna say never, but we'll see.
So, what would be the one big change that you would consider if Kick made that announcement? You would attempt to stream on Kick, not as a solution to Twitch, but you would just give it a go.
Discoverability. Yeah.
That's pretty much what anybody wants as far as starting. I mean, they want the discoverability. They're not really thinking about the money until they've got their foot in the door. At that point, that's when they start thinking away from discoverability and more towards the money or the content or getting their name fully out there in, like, you know, in the classrooms, in the playground, in the streets where the kids have it. Oh, did you see Welsh Gingy's latest clip? Or you see streaming tonight, we'll come over to mine, we'll eat popcorn, drink fizzy juice, bounce off the walls and watch him. That's
what everyone does.
For me, yes, discoverability, but it's also racking that age rating up. It's got to be.
Yeah.
That for me being a parent, straight away rack that up, please. I know the world is dangerous as it is. Social media is dangerous as it is. Don't give another area. Try and protect as much as you can.
And in this conversation, I've just went and I've just secured my own name and Kick. Thanks, everyone. YouTube. Bastards, you absolute bastards.
I haven't done it, but if someone wants to take Ross TSU and make absolute shit meme compilations, by all means, you're doing God's work. You should do it. Take Ross TSU.
Halo collapses to peer pressure.
Yes.
Grace there. Claim my name, but whilst the site is filled with porn and gambling, not a chance. I may be a small streamer, but my reputation still matters. That is a very fair statement. Keep your morals high, man. Chili, see, I multi-stream to other places than just Twitch, so I'm not bothered if I am on Kick or not. Again, streaming for me is just a hobby, so like Ross was saying, it's great to have people watching. Nope, totally agree. You wouldn't do this if you didn't want to have that small ounce of joy when someone's watching you and just really enjoying what it is that you're putting out. If I were to sort of bring it back to the age, I think it's the wrong word. The age of consent to stream is probably what I'd put it as. Twitch putting up it's designed for people the age of 13 and up. Now, I'm not too sure if Kick has released any statement that says that it allows people that do want to create more, let's say, raunchy content, if that is truly allowed or if that were to be removed. But if the moderation for things like that being removed would happen, would there be a form of safety that you'd consider allowing Kick to be a platform of your own? I know this is very much me saying, if this happens, would you do Kick? And I know discoverability is a big thing, but that is a problem I see across all of the streaming platforms. But things like true moderation isn't. That's just a problem that I believe Kick has.
Yeah.
Well, Mix It Up, which is a bot that I use, is not working with it at all, and that uses a lot of moderation and stuff on that. And if that's not using it, well, why would I go over to it? Something, and that yeah.
You're essentially just restarting yourself right from the beginning in that retrospect.
Sorry, I've opened a fifth filter and I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
I don't know what I'm doing.
There you go.
There you go. So the developer of Seribot has said he won't touch Kick. Seribot is the anti-spam bot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's great. That is probably one of the best tools to have in Twitch. And the fact it's not going to Kick either says, one, the developer doesn't have the time to do it, or two, he doesn't trust the platform, or she, whoever built the bot, does not trust the platform.
Oh, that's that, and that should be a big warning sign. Is when the people who develop the bots for streamer safety are saying, "No, I don't trust it." You know,
No, I
flashing
mean,
lights.
these are credible people who have made differences in the streaming community who doesn't want to affiliate with Kick, and they have to be doing something wrong for people like that to not want their business on a website like that, even if they do it for free.
Yeah.
Trying to look through Kick now.
You don't have Kick to claim your name now, are you?
I'm not claiming my name. I'm not going to this website. I'm not streaming again. No matter how many people randomly tweet me, "Hey, you should start streaming again." I'm not doing it. It's never going to happen.
Once a week.
You should start streaming again.
I'm not Halo. I'm not talking to you, man. It's not happening. You've been banned from this conversation. Right.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So I would say then. So
TSU.kick.
you could kick my no. When Kick was coming about, I think it was easily known that Kick was being profited and sort of created on the back of stake.com. I think that was fairly common knowledge. So gambling was quite prolific in Twitch long before Trainwrecks was even making the idea of creating kick.com. Were your stances on gambling, for the sake of your own moral compass, the same while gambling was on Twitch that it is currently being shown on Kick? Because that was a very prolific time where a lot of these big streamers were damning themselves, especially people like XQC, who would just put tens of thousands of pounds and have people like me watch that and be in disbelief that he's winning. It was a mad concept. But did that change your mind?
I never really watched any of the gambling clips, to be honest.
I'm being very
Never interested
careful
me.
when it comes to this.
But did you know about it at least?
I knew of it.
I knew it was happening.
Because I think they made the petition, was it Asmongold? Made a petition to remove gambling from Twitch, which I still believe to this point was a very, very fair shout. It was a very damaging genre to include. But then in all the same format with releasing the idea of raunchier forms of content, where Amaranth would be doing the hot tubs, pools, and I can't remember what the other name of it was. Licking ASMR.
Microphones.
That genre of content was only being expanded on Twitch, where there were being more specific categories. If you want to do something like this, there is now that's for you. But gambling, that's a no-go. Do you want to be half naked in a pool, writing on yourselves with Sharpie?
Yes, I do.
That's
Yes,
cool.
I do.
Now we're going to make you another genre. Where should we draw the line as people that the one is better, the one is worse than the other, where we moderate that to be removing gambling, but not so much where Kick will allow things like soft core content, let's say.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
It depends on. I think it will have to depend on the perspective that you see it from. I mean, Haley Zilla said it right there. Sex sales on the internet.
Yeah.
Sex sales, hands down. right? But it is a lot safer for the viewers than gambling is, because having gambled in the past, like I've been to the casino several times, and I know how dangerous and how addictive and how risky it is. As well as being a mathematician, I understand the odds and the probabilities and all that. That's why I stay away from it, especially online, because in my opinion, if people are stupid enough to be betting £1,000 that they don't have and losing it, it's on them. It's their choice in the end. But getting rid of it was good in my opinion, because it protected the streamers, it's protected the viewers from themselves, because it is very easy to put in a couple of quid. Oh, I lost, I'll put in another couple of quid. It's very, very easy to be doing this for an hour and a half. Before you know it, you've thrown in like half your wage before you even realise it. And these viewers didn't realise it until it was too late, and they think, oh, I've got to make my money back, and they'll put even more in. They might win, they might lose, they might have won from the start, but it's an addiction in the end, and it doesn't help people who already have addictions, who could be banned from, say, William Hill betting, from other online gambling and betting sites. Oh, I can just go onto Twitch, place a bet there. I can't get banned there unless I break their terms and services, which I'm not going to, because I'm not stupid in that retrospect. And they do it. So getting rid of the gambling was, in my opinion, it was great for the safety of the viewer. Okay. Plus, I'm pretty sure Twitch couldn't monetize that. That's why I wanted to get rid of that as well. But as far as Amaranth and all these hot tubbers who want to jump into a hot tub, right in themselves, sit in a bikini, aye, that's all right according to Twitch, because it's safe. It's safe. But then again, you've got the likes of 12, 13-year-olds who are signing up to Twitch, putting in a fake date of birth. Yeah, I'm over the age of 21, he says in his pajamas, playing Minecraft on his phone, or playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. And they come across this, and it creates this confusion about sexuality in young kids.
Yeah.
But that's okay according to Twitch. Gambling, no.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I guess. Again, going back to sex sells, and then I guess it goes down to morals in themselves. Like, if you were to start up your own streaming platform, you would say, "Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna have hot tub streamers. I'm not gonna have gambling." You would do that from your own morals. But then again, Amazon is a business. They see that as partner streamers, because majority of them are partner streamers. By the time they've got there, they'll use that as monetization, and then they won't care. As long as you've got that on that screen saying this is an 18 plus viewing, then they've done their protection. They've done their protection.
Yeah. And you click a button, start watching. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's our due diligence done for the day, guys. There, we can go home now.
Yeah,
Yep.
literally.
Yep, that's it. They've met the safety requirements for adult content on the internet. Okay, because it places all the responsibility on the person who clicked yes, I'm over the age of 18. That's it. They have pretty much just said, we're wiping ourselves clean with this. This person said that they were over 18. We followed the internet laws on this one. You can't blame us. I mean, it's one big thing that's happening with young kids and teenagers these days is they're accessing porn sites so easily just by a simple click of the button and lying.
Yep.
It's the same for mature content on Twitch, on YouTube as well. Like a lot of the stuff that I've recently been putting up on YouTube, like of playing Visage or horror games, I've put it as not safe for kids, because it's true. It's a horror game. It will give you nightmares. The games terrify me on a stream-to-stream basis. What's it going to do to an 11-year-old who comes onto my stream and sees me getting chased by a young girl with no jaw going, But, that's a completely different kettle of fish compared to, people in hot tubs.
I was going to say, but then you came inside from being outside in Scotland and then you started streaming.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. But I think, all of the streaming platforms follow the same thing, where the very, very poor effort they control their security for underage content, I think it's laughable. But this follows pretty much every single website that you got there. If you want to make a social media account, there's no upload a form of identity. Can you truly tell us who you are? If you go into like the government website, for instance, if you wanted to find like your most recent pay code, do the checks you have to go through? Your passport number. You have to do a voice check of 3 seconds. You then have to then put a picture of your driving license. What's your driving license number? If that kind of system would be put into place for things like social media as well as then Twitch and whatnot, I truly think these things would collapse. I don't believe people would put that kind of effort in to watch some people online. Or they'll revert to YouTube and just watch random videos.
So if we go with the example of my work, I work with firefighters. Firefighters like it easy. They want just a simple password to get into what they want.
Yeah.
And that is that exact same example with internet, social media. That's how you want it something nice and easy to just get into that website. You don't want to be going through so many hoops, and sadly, that's the problem. We as a collective, globally, we want stuff easy. We don't want to be waiting 5 minutes just to get into this one website just to watch this one clip, or we want it there and then. Instant service. That's what it is, and there is no way anyone will be able to control that any more than what we've got currently, unless we have someone that completely radicalizes the system.
But then again, nobody's going to do that.
Nope.
No company will do that. No company will do that because it's extra effort, it's extra money, extra time spent, and for all these websites and all that, time is money. And if you bring the website down for a day, 2 days, you could lose huge, easily, just to make it safer, as well as, and this is me thinking about like the worst side of it. You will essentially lose a big majority of your viewers or the people that come to you because they're not overage. Sorry.
Mr. Steppers mentions it, and the scary thing is that young people are making accounts with parents having no idea. Now, if we were to think about this as a generational shift, my parents would never have known how to work a phone in the depth that we would as children. Let's say teenagers, for instance, when we're making AOL or MSN accounts. They wouldn't know how to moderate that. They just know of the dangers through a few websites and maybe some Facebook posts, but they would never have known the dangers. But do you think maybe this could alleviate some of the security issues that we would have when, for instance, our generation will have children, where we can then appropriately I forgot the word now. We can appropriately manage their security risks by knowing what our children are going to be doing through their iPads or through their own computers. Do you not think that's easier? No?
No,
not my
so you can give them the talks, you can give them the bits of paper, you can teach them that, you can lock down the Wi-Fi so it turns off at 9 o'clock at night. You could do all of that, and somehow the sneaky buggers are going to find a different way. They're going to. It's that. Their friend of a friend's going to tell them how to do it. You can only teach them the safe way to be on the internet.
Because like us with the generation of growing up with the dial-up, the horrible screech and stuff.
Oh god, yeah.
We grew up with the likes of LimeWire for pirating songs.
Yeah.
Look, you are smiling and laughing, okay? And as that time went on, we got smarter with what we did for our entertainment. Kids these days get smarter every single hour when they see something new. During the pandemic lockdown, over in America, there was a big case of kids completely passing their assignments, passing their online tests, because one kid figured out, if I press the F11 button, I'll get the HTML script and it will tell me which answers are true and which ones are false. 100%. You start telling other people, just like you said, Bryden, and it just kicks off. And eventually there's going to become a time when our generation can't keep up with that unless we are essentially the ones that are making it. Which is not going to happen because these companies will lose their viewerships, they'll lose their money, they'll lose their time. It's easier this way. We'll leave it. That's what they're thinking. It's fine. It's not broken. Leave it. They don't see it. And of course, the kids will continue to get smarter. The cycle will repeat. They'll get past all the security things, everything. They'll get past the Wi-Fi passwords for protection. They'll find some way to go through incognito tab. Now that's a killer.
Yep.
Because kids in my school, if they want to get past the security block, they open up incognito modes and they have full access to the internet. That's just by 2 clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they're smart enough to think about getting past everything else. So they will eventually get past everything else. So essentially, it's down to us to keep on top of it, which will be difficult for us when technology changes and the next generation is the one that's learning on it and learning how all the shortcuts and all the runarounds. It's difficult. It's very difficult. So at this point, why change it? I agree entirely with you, Ryan. We can give them the talks. We can show them what's right, what's wrong. We can let them have their experiments, let them go to the websites to experience it for themselves, but in the end it's going to come down to their choices. And it's one thing that's taught in schools up here in Scotland is that we give the safe internet talk about social media. We give the safe internet, like cybersecurity lessons for not open fish emails about actually it's not 3 years ago, it was probably about 6 or 7 years ago, back when pay to play games were coming on, and you download a game for your kids, they click, oh, top up your gems by paying $3.99. Kids don't know the value of $3.99, so they'll hit it. More gems, yeah, I'll spend it on this. Oh wait, I'm out of gems. Another $3.99, another $3.99. That's another thing that yeah, and it happens. These things kind of happen, and it was big in the United Kingdom back then for these pay to play, because all these kids were doing it. They had an example of a young boy who was 5 years old, racked up a bill of about £800 to £900 just by constantly clicking a button to get more and more and more gems so he could play his game.
Yep.
And it's the same thing it's going to happen with adult content and gambling as well on Kick. The same thing with that. Yeah.
It is going to happen. Again, like people saying in the chat, for us as parents or becoming parents or whatever, it's our responsibility to teach them and keeping them sense and making sure that kid at the time has a good common sense. When it comes to Kick, when it comes to that, it's there showing, being a good role model in a sense. You theoretically, if you be a good role model with Kick, with Twitch, with YouTube, showing and being nice, being responsible, showing how it's working. And this is not talking about teaching your kid. This is going everywhere. People will follow completely.
Yeah. But not everyone on Kick is going to be responsible, because you do have the people who are wanting to go straight to the top, and they'll do whatever they need to do it. They'll have the hot tub streams. They'll have themselves in bikinis, whatever, doing this, doing that, because they know it's going to bring in the viewers. We can't. It's very difficult to get by it when they don't have that kind of safe terms and conditions that Twitch brought in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right,
so I think drawing it all around then, so we know with the various platforms that we're working on, discoverability, I think we can all agree on, is the worst thing that all platforms share a problem with. There is no decent algorithm that any one of these platforms are allowing a decent discoverability. But we all know that security and a decent set of terms of service to allow safety for not only children but young adults isn't available for most of these platforms, if not all of them. I think Twitch is still allowing a bit too much for those who, again, 13, from the start of 13, shouldn't be allowed to see naked hot tub streamers. But I think if we were to put this together in a ultimate question, Mr. Slippers, the CEO, puts a question forward: what would the perfect streaming platform be like? So to each one of you, you cannot mention discoverability. That's off the table. That's a cheat answer. And you also can't mention something as simple as just give us views. What would be a point from each of you if you were to put into the ultimate streaming service that would hopefully help everyone try and succeed in this industry?
A decent revenue split.
And what would you say would be a fair revenue split where services were being held by this perfect streaming service that they were still paying staff? What would be the perfect paradigm shift?
I think probably the 30/70 is probably the best one.
So 70 to
They're
creator,
getting
30 to...
Yeah, if they're getting 30, they're still going to be getting a fair whack of cash.
Would you agree on that revenue split if that were to be in place?
That I would agree on that. That'd be quite nice.
Let's say you're getting your amount of money that you would need effectively to survive. You're comfortable being a full-time creator. Would you accept 70/30?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. It's just like Brian. I don't stream for the money. I've got my own job. I enjoy my job. I do this as a hobby, and the money it's a nice touch to it. And
But away from us being boring as adults, we are here to create content every day. We are full-time streamers. We're giving the world the fucking biz. Would you accept 70/30?
yes.
Okay, cool.
If you go back to the perfect platform style, it's the ability for the instant clips, the ability to, I don't know, have that editing in that perfect platform straight away. I would say, not having to go third parties, not having to like look for something else to drag it into there to post it up. Have that ability there to just instant share, instant make, instant sort.
Convert it into something like a vertical form for TikTok.
Yeah.
Which I believe I heard Twitch are actually working on.
Is it just for TikTok though? Why aren't they expanding into every other platform? Because if you
I say TikTok, I say just that format.
Alright, okay. Alright,
Vertical.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were meaning like they were working on that
No.
specifically for TikTok. So, well, I mean, why don't they already have this? Because it will help Twitch's discoverability as well as giving a great platform and stepping stone to content creators, new content creators, big content creators who want to get their stuff out instantly. Use as an example, InSim, Psychohypnotic, and a few other Phasmophobia content creators were right in there with the latest big update when the Apocalypse came out last year. They were streaming the second that it got down, and they had their moderators recording the stream, getting it edited, and they were having videos up on the very same day while they were still streaming, which is incredible. Why isn't that already a thing for Twitch when it can really, really boost A, discoverability, B, a wide spread of your content onto multiple platforms to bring in more people to help get your name out there, as well as making money for Twitch? I mean, it would be a powerhouse of an operation if they had it linked up to YouTube. Hey, here's a clip, right? Throw it to YouTube as a short. Okay, here's a link. Oh, I want to post that in Hover. Send it to Hover. If it was still a thing. TikTok, there you go. Add this in, get the music in the background. Boom, I've posted my TikTok, and the game hasn't even loaded the next level yet. I mean, that would be incredible. Just think of the possibilities that are available for content creators. And that's just me scratching the surface as a complete noob and amateur streamer who doesn't take it as seriously as people who want to do this as a living.
So it would be an integrated editing system where you could have a mod in the background compiling a clip or pre-generating, let's say, exclamation mark clips, where these can be automatically uploaded then to platforms that you've already pre-registered to have them uploaded to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great way. You've already got the ability for mods to go as editor on your stream. So why not take that next step? Give them a bit more power. Yeah.
Okay, we need one more point. So we have a auto uploader / inbuilt Twitch editor. What was your point, Marsh? What did you mention?
Revenue.
Revenue split 70/30, 70 to creator, 30 to the platform itself. We need one more. Guys, we're innovating. We need to make the best platform. This could be Streamseed's next project. Who knows?
Got to have racing stripes. There you go.
If we made a racing stripe logo, could someone edit the Streamseed Doughnut just to have 2 racing stripes, and then we'll We'll just be
put
Seed
flames in-
Stream.
We'll put flames on the side so we'll make it look as though it's going faster.
Stripes and flames.
Quack says it needs to have a banging name as well.
Another point I would say would be
Flop.
events and opportunities coming around
Yeah.
easily, because as another example, there was a tweet that my partner had posted, me and one of my friends, in for a developer company looking for content creators. I've never seen one on Twitter or any sort of social media. I've never seen one on Twitch. I wouldn't even know where to begin to apply for something like that. So why wouldn't you have these opportunities for people to become official content creators for new games? Like,
I think. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, because if you've got the likes of people like Instant Cycle, I'm specifically using Phasmophobia because I'm completely addicted to it. You've got the likes of Point Crow for Nintendo, Pokemon, Zelda, etc. I don't know if he's a content creator specifically for them or if he just creates content from their games. But these kind of opportunities could be huge for small streamers, as well as events to get your name out there. So you think of, like, I've been watching GDQ for years, like pretty much since it started, and a lot of the times these days I see a game that I love to watch get sped run, and I don't recognize the name. I'll still watch it because it's interesting. I'll go look them up on Twitch, on YouTube, check out their stuff, and that's them getting out to one person. They're getting out to hundreds of thousands, whoever's watching. And it should be the same kind of opportunities that are available for, say, you're making less than 20 average viewers. Would you like to join this event that we're hosting? Get your name out there, do the thing you love. You have an opportunity here. So opportunities, as well as the revenue, the discoverability, etc. All we talked about. So these opportunities are essentially what can make or break a new content creator.
Oh yeah.
Because anyone who is huge inside the video gaming category will have a specific genre or a specific video game that they'll go back to, because they are a content creator or an official content creator for that game or series.
To add on that, like, of course, Twitch brought out the charities things where you can support the charity through Twitch, which is great, awesome, perfect. Kind of blending with that, why don't you have that opportunity for your, like, opportunities, like links to certain brands and that, to get like free links to games, free stuff to help you build up your channel in the creators dashboard. Have those links, have that, like how YouTube has how to get started on YouTube, have that ability down there in there. In not front facing Twitch, more of the behind stuff, it would make more sense if you're actively wanting to do that.
I know at one point Twitch had a bulletin board thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
The
But I
bounty
think that was
board,
just-
wasn't it?
The bounty board, that was it.
That was some moons ago. That was, the bounty board was the concept incredible. The markers unachievable and wasn't even worth going toward if you were a lesser small streamer. It wasn't worth it at all. Okay, so I think that this will probably be a good question to round out. We've got 25 minutes left. I think we'll put some depth onto this, which I think, for me, I would definitely take it. If our perfect platform were to have approached you and for you to stream on there, would you accept to pay a subscription-ship fee, but everything that you gained through the subscription service of that platform was yours for free? Now, obviously, the terms would be depending on how much the subscription-ship would be. So, in your current status, with regards to what it is that you earn and the statistics that you hold, if you paid £10 a month, would you pay £10 a month to be on a streaming service that allows you to keep 100% of the sub-revenue that you control?
I guess it depends in the sense of it all depends on how many subs you're getting per month.
But that would be the risk.
That'll be risk. If you're not getting that £10 back, then what's the point?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It also depends on what you're giving me. If you are giving me software editing, access to brand deals, access to
discoverability tools,
discoverability, opportunities, already the pre-made branding, advice from current big-time streamers, then yeah, of course, £10 is like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what's that package offering?
I think that idea of risk, like £10, £10, it seems okay to me, but in an ideal world, it wouldn't be £10. I think, in my opinion, I would rather have a percentage split because it feels a lot safer for me financially. The fact that I'm not giving them money that I could worry I'm not making back. And it's a big thing at the moment in the world, is where we pay for something and feel as though we are getting our money's worth. If I pay £10 a month to a new streaming platform, I'm wanting to get my worth back. And I agree. I don't just want to be streaming. I want all the things that come with it. I want to be noticed. I want to have the editing stuff. I want to have the discoverability, the brands, the keys to games, opportunities. I want it all. And if you want £10 for that, and if you can guarantee me you can give me that, I'll give you £10 a month.
What if there was a subscription service for this streaming website that brought in tiers? So the larger the subscription service, depending on the package that you chose, allowed you to have things like inbuilt editing software that allows what you wanted to bring up on board, and then bought you discoverability, almost like a pay-to-play kind of system. Would that be something that would interest you? Again, the costs would be figured out later on, but you could have tiers.
No.
No?
No.
No, definitely not.
First time streamer coming into this, no. Honest opinion, I'm not going to spend £100 to get the top of the range tier one. Let's go with that. Let's go with £100. I ain't got the money to pay £100 a month. That's ridiculous in my eyes. If you're gonna go into streaming like from this perfect platform, you'll be like, you know what? As much as I'd love to go there, when I feel comfortable and when I have got enough money coming in and I feel accomplished enough, I might go to that one. But I'll go look somewhere that's better. I'll go somewhere that's better. That's going to be cost saving for me for first time. Even if to go back to console and stream off Twitch on that.
I think the kind of like a bonus about the idea of a tier system subscription to be a streamer on a website has its ups and downs. Like, you could start off with like, okay, I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to try the £20 one, see how that goes. Hey, I'm making a wee bit of money from this. I'm good. I might need some more services. I'll up my tier.
Yeah.
And, you know, if that's not working, okay, all right, that's not working. I don't need this at the moment because I'm not making the same kind of money. I'll drop back down. That's probably the only benefit that could come with a tier system like that. But it, again, depends on how much you're going to be paying for and what services you get. Because, well, like you said, if you're paying £100 for the top, £100 a month for the top of the range editing, I'm expecting it to be completely 100% brilliant. Like, I'm expecting it to bring dinosaurs back to life. Yeah. Where it would, like what you said earlier, Welsh, where essentially you could take a clip, cut it, and put it, and just have a selection format for TikTok, format for YouTube Short, format for a 4K video, re-render it in a way. Like, that's the kind of services that you would expect for the top tier kind of stuff.
It again all depends on what money you're putting in is what level of service you're going to get. It's never going to be like that. Let's go with streaming services of Netflix, Disney Plus, and that. How much whatever you pay, if you're paying the £6 a month to £9 a month, you're not just getting one TV show, you're getting thousands upon thousands of movies, TV shows, whatever. That's worth the money, and there's no tier system in there at all. Now, if you go for like TV broadband, TV packages, bundles, you pay the base level of, let's say, £30 a month. Let's go with 30. I don't know how much I don't have. You have to do those add-ons. You have to add that stuff. Well, if I'm not interested in sports, I'm not going to buy it. It has to entice me. It has to entice me to get that extra bundle on top of it. So,
no, very bad.
Netflix does have tiers, though.
But that's
Don't-
depending on the people that view, right? You can have like multiple screens.
And
Yeah.
they're talking about bringing in ad-supported Netflix as well for cheaper.
Jesus. Ad supported for cheaper. It should be ad supported for free. Bastards.
But like
Because
even
of the whole thing with what was it? The clamping down on the number of people sharing the accounts and things like that.
Well, as we sort of close the stream, would there be any last minute chatter questions for the lovely guests that we have here? Please don't answer them to me. I will not answer them. Or gentlemen, if you would have anything that on your mind that you'd like to bring up to one another, or even to bring something to chat, would there be one final hurrah?
DC's better than Marvel.
There
We're
we
not
go.
talking
That's
about
both,
that.
was it?
No, no.
Someone cancel, hey.
Look what you've done. You're upset in the chat now. Oh,
Oh,
I gotta
dear.
put the kids to bed. Oh. Follow for follow?
Okay.
Yeah, for F anyone?
Well, didn't Kick make an announcement that they were banning follow for follow?
Yeah,
Was that a tweet?
they were. Yeah, I saw that.
So they can ban that, but they can't do the other. Okay, whatever.
Brian, they got priorities, man. Let them breathe.
Even if
It's
they've
for
got,
tips.
they've got priority to get their gambling services and their adult content out there while they can.
Don't forget tips for tits and all that.
It's
Whoa.
literally madness. It's madness. Follow for follows. Nah, no, we don't want that.
No.
Follow
Gamble
for
and boobs, sure.
but in the end, follow for follow is like it can be toxic. It can be horrible. It really, because if someone
Pretty
says,
sure so can porn.
but like somebody comes into your stream and says, "I followed you, follow me back."
Yeah.
I don't know you. You came to my stream. You like me enough to follow me. Give me a chance to like check to see if I like your stuff.
Oh,
and then I
be
might
careful. They'll send you a tweet saying, "Why didn't you follow me? You're a piece of shit. I can't believe this. Oh my god, rage post."
Yep.
I've
Oh,
had a few of
dear.
those.
Oh dear, cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, if Mr. Beast came into my channel, followed me, saying follow me back, no, you're not my kind of content. I'm not gonna watch you. I refuse to watch you. I'm not gonna follow you because your stuff does not interest me. Sorry. If you want to spit the dummy out, go for it. I'm not picking it up for you.
Halo, he could have bought you a Tesla. You've missed out there, man.
The man could have probably turned me into a Tesla. That doesn't mean I'm going to follow him.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
jeez.
that's just madness. But yeah,
That's okay, lads. I think we'll draw this to a close now. Again, it's been a very topical stream, and I refuse to acknowledge the first 15 minutes, so don't tweet me about Marvel or DC. I don't want to know about it. Halo, be quiet. Thank you all so much for coming along. I think what we have really decided is Twitch is too safe to leave, and it's too much of a conglomerate to really be toppled by another service. I think we can all agree on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, oh, Jared Leto sucks. Welsh, you're banned. Thanks for that. So, in a normal fashion, I will draw out this now to be putting onto social medias. So, guys, I'll drop all of your Twitter links into the VOD when it's uploaded onto our YouTube channel. If you have any other preferences, please let me know through DMs on Discord. But I will mute you up. I will do a quick sign out. If you feel like you need to leave, by all means. If not, I'll catch up with you in the next couple of minutes when I close out the show. But thank you for joining me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
for having us.
Yeah, it was a good.
Oh, he just had to talk, didn't he? He just had to talk. Damn it, Welsh. Couldn't believe it. It was very good. It was a very good stream. I think we hit a lot of topics on the current streaming platforms that I think a lot of people don't really want to be talking about. I think a lot of what was mentioned holds a fair bit of weight to be considered if, someone from Kick happens to be mentioning us through some tweets, or even if they happen just to watch the stream as normal. I feel like we did cover quite a bit. But Twitch is far too heavy to be toppled. Twitch is very much the World of Warcraft of MMOs. The only thing that's going to take down itself will be itself. That is pretty much it. But I guess said to the guys, this VOD will be compiled as a whole. It will be uploaded onto YouTube for you to review again. We'll be looking to make some social links just so people know that our YouTube exists. So please go check that out and subscribe. If you want to be considered for some further content or even judge or guest in some of the shows that we're producing, please let us know through the Discord. I don't think there's a Discord command, so someone should post the Discord link if you can. Please, I love you. And if Microsoft couldn't take Twitch on, who can't? Graze it, you make a very good point. Tesla, Pepsi, this is why I don't consider Quack a judge. So if you do want to get involved, join the Streamseed Discord. You can join people like myself as we take on hard-hitting topics over the next few months as we put out these Creator the Donut tables. I really, really hope you enjoyed. We're going to look now to raid out. If one of you guys want to use your lovely channel points to guide the raid, if not, I will look to see who's available, and then we will forward the raid love to someone else. So yes, join the Discord. Don't be afraid. Come on in, introduce yourself. Don't be a stranger. If you're going to Insomnia, I think I should probably plug Insomnia a little bit. Myself and the Streamseed CEO will be attending for the few nights that we're allowed to be there. Please make sure you go and give us some love while you're there. Not too much love, please. If you want to claim the raid and don't have the points, speak up. Yeah. Optics, anyone could come forward. As long as you put the name out there, we will make sure to put that raid over to the correct people. Chili Chew, yeah. Chili, let me know, my friend. We'll get that raid out and show some Streamseed love. We don't have a current raid copy pasta. Then we'll just say that Streamseed sent you. Sorry, Streamseed sent you and you've been blessed. That's probably the best way that I can put it. Saint on the game. Alright, cool. Let's do it. Ooh, this channel is intended for mature audiences. Guys, make sure that you click the above button that you accept watching 18 plus content. As we previously discussed, you have to make sure that you abide by those rules. If not, people will cry. Twitch will not like it. But thank you all so much for coming along. If you guys do feel like you want to get involved, as I said, put everything in the Discord link, and then you can get involved in the... He is playing The Last of Us. Sorry, no, that's perfectly fine. We're just going to show him some love and make sure you make it loud as humanly possible. It's been lovely speaking with you all, and I will catch you on the next Creators of the Donut Table next month.